wanted to talk about girl code. Like, is there a girl code? Is there a code amongst females? For me and my crew or girlfriends, that I grew up with, that I used to hang out with, for us, was there a girl code? Absolutely. One that has remained in effect our entire lives that we've known each other, which is over 20 years, that we've been friends. So for us, yes, there's always been a girl code. But we have, I have seen that apparently it's not, universal. So that's kind of bringing me into the skit because I was just watching the episode and I'll attach it. But I was watching the episode where Rolanda was going off on Michelle for lying on her, which is the title. So and that just like I don't know, it just resonated with me, and I thought that would be a nice topic to start out with. Well, I've got a lot of topics to share with you guys, but this one in particular, just popped up, and so I was like, let's just do one now to get it started, so that I can get out of this uncomfortability of wanting to start these little talks. So I'm like, just do it. So I said I'll just do it tonight off of this. So anyway, with the episode, Rolanda had promised a guy that was kind of helping her out. He had been doing odd jobs around her house. He supported her through a crisis in her life. Like, you'll have to go back and watch the videos on your own to kind of figure out or to see, what I'm talking about. And it's not like you have to go back a year and start watching. You can just go back a few months or whatever, if that's all you want to do, and just kind of catch up to a storyline, or when the storyline begins, when you start seeing that person's name pop up or whatever. So whatever, however you want to do it. But anyway, it was a guy that was helping her, looked out for her, got her through a hard time, all that good stuff. I mean, he really looked out for her. I think he even gave her like $5,000 one time, in the early stages of him knowing her. So anyway, and this story takes place in Atlanta. So, and everyone's kind of, doing their thing. They're pretty prominent for the most part. Everyone is doing their thing, and so it's not like it's a negative type storyline. There are negative aspects, but as far as how we look, as far as black people, it doesn't. It depicts us well, and fair. So I do like that part of it. But anyway, so Rolanda is she had promised. She had agreed. I'll say it that way. She agreed to do a book deal or whatever, with the guy that was helping her, as a way to get him in to do the big book deal, because apparently they wanted to do it with Rolanda, even though she's a real estate mogul. She's not really into writing, being an author or whatever. And so they wanted to do the story with her. They wanted her to be a part of it in order for him to get the deal. Something, they come up with little stuff just to make a storyline. But so she agreed to do it. And then, the people came, the publisher, whatever, they came. He's African and well-to-do. He came. I think he was driving a Rolls Royce or whatever. But so they came and took Rolanda out, for a meeting or what have you, and it supposedly, kind of led into more of a date situation. And so he's feeling Rolanda or whatever, and I think she's a little intrigued by him as well. But she has a girl that she just met that started hanging over her house, and everybody in the comment section, like, because I like going to the comments on a lot of stuff. And in the comment section, they talk about how no one trusted this girl. I didn't either. Trusted this girl. She just kind of attached herself to Rolanda, started hanging at her house, would never go home, all that good stuff. Um, she just seemed to have gotten really comfortable in Rolanda's life. And so Rolanda was, so, she was letting her hang out, all that stuff. So after Rolanda went out with the publisher, kind of the way the conversation went and stuff, she really wasn't into it. What didn't want to do it anyway. So she kind of told him she didn't want to do it, whatever. And so because she backed out of it, the other guy ended up losing the deal or whatever. So this girl went back and told the guy who she had been friends with prior to Rolanda meeting her, but she still had attached herself to Rolanda. So she went back and told him that that's why he lost the deal, because he was upset or whatever because he had lost the deal. She told him that's the reason why he lost it, and that as far as she know, Rolanda probably slept with the man because she came back all happy and stuff from the what became a date, as she told him. So I thought it was funny just to hear that, because then Rolanda comes over there, of course, when she finds out, and she, because he, of course, went off on Rolanda and basically, you know, he read her for filth, basically, and which I get that part because she did promise. So she should have reached out to him and told, and talked to him about it first, but that just was a mess. So he ended up, of course, upset with her because of that part. And then he threw the part in there about, and then, you slept with him too or whatever. Now, I was upset that she didn't say that she did not sleep with him, but, I don't know. Some people react different on stuff, but for me, that's one of the things, like, hell, if somebody's saying I'm doing something I know I ain't doing, let's go and clear that up straight now. Let's get that straight now. I don't need you to continue to think this and and carrying on. But, so she didn't, correct it or whatever, but she did go to confront the girl. And the girl basically just told her, yeah, that's what she said. And she felt like Rolanda is wrong. And so I don't know, but it was very interesting because I'm like, well, does she like the guy? It's something, because she sold her out quick. And I'm like, okay, if you told him that, Rolanda, yeah, she did get out of the deal or whatever, or no, she did go out with them, and it appeared maybe they had a date afterwards. But to add in that she probably slept with him, I was like, come on, sis, was that even necessary? So I was just wondering, like, because there's always so much tension with black women in particular, and we seem to have this image of we just can't get along. Like we a bunch of crabs in a bucket. We really sisters. And is it true? And I was like seeing that, because the way I take a lot of his storyline is he admits that he used to be out in that life. And heck, when we were younger, me and my girls know about the life. We know about um, the street life, because we didn't grow up rich. We grew up. Um, if I can tell you where I grew up, you'll be like, what? So we grew up. Um, I don't know if I should even say where I grew up at. So I grew up like in the. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of give you a rundown so you can get an idea of anybody that know these areas. And I'm not ashamed to say where I'm from and where we've been or whatever, because my mom was a single parent and she was finding her way a lot of our youth, and so we lived a lot of different places. But it just made me a stronger person, in my opinion. We lived around. We were in some rough areas sometimes, and we lived good at one point. And then we might have struggled a little bit again. It was, hey, it was hills and valleys, as they say. And so we went through a lot, growing up. And so we lived in some of the we moved. We lived in Newark, New Jersey before. Um, we lived in Suitland, Maryland. Anybody that know Maryland, they know Suitland is rough. Um, we lived in some of the worst projects in a city in North Carolina. I'm not going to say where because I still live in North Carolina, so we'll leave that one there. But we lived there. Um, just And then we lived in some towns that got reputations, around North Carolina, South Carolina, so it's not like it's not like I'm clueless to life, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it is, and Country Wayne apparently, he's showing me that he knows some stuff. You done seen some stuff because these characters, you run across them in life. I mean, you've seen women that just let men just keep cheating on them and cheating on them and taking them back and stuff. You see that. And I'm not dogging nobody. If that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not my thing, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. But you see women that do that. You see women that just want to be with the big guy because he's the big guy, and so they'll be with him and knowing that he has several different other women or whatever. All of that existed when I was growing up. So for him to be showing it, and he's younger than me, it continues to be a problem apparently in our society. So or in our race in particular. So it's they being loose. It's real loose on Country Wayne now. Everybody's sleeping with everybody, but it's just like the women he's showing. They are truly It's what? How many on here riders? I think Brittany, she's a true friend. Heck, Shayla slept with um Amber's husband. They were best friends. Her husband and got pregnant by him. I'm like, damn, I couldn't even imagine. But I know that stuff has to be happening, or you hear about somebody that it happened to. So it's just like, wow, like we that grimy. Like, why are you that grimy? Like, how could you be that freaking grimy that you with that person? You grinning up in their face. That girl was coming to her house, chilling with her and her husband. It was just like, and then she caught them in the bed at the lake house that she used to love to go to with her husband and bragging to other people about the lake house and stuff. And he taking that girl, her best friend, to the lake house. I'm like, but then on him, cause that's why I don't think you should give them a pass. If they gonna do it, if you know that man done cheated on you, now I hate to say that, but it's hard for me to say that I can move past that. I don't know what could make me would help me to move past that. I don't know, but he that child, he acted like he didn't care when she was just breaking down. She lost a little baby that they was in the trial, the probationary period to adopt. It was just, oh my God, and he acted like it was nothing. And I said, yeah, now I know men can do that because I done seen some ugly sides of men. Not saying necessarily from me, but just from other people or um, I can't say nobody in my family, because even if it was somebody in my family that did something wrong, I can't see them being nasty to the person too, like they wife or something. I can't see that. So I don't know. I don't know. That is just, he was so awful to her, and I was like, but you're talking about a millionaire. So people say that a lot. Now I don't know, because I've never, been in a relationship with nobody that's a business mogul or nothing like these people that they're, showing on here, or celebrity, like Wayne or whatever. But you hear all the stories about a lot of them. They real arrogant. Now I ain't trying to dog you out. If you are not like that, then this shouldn't even affect you. I'm talking about, I hear that it is out there. I hear that a lot of those men that have money like that, they feel like they can get any woman they want, and so they treat them any kind of way. And those women put up with it because they want that status. And I've never been that type of person. Like, yes, I like money, and I would love to, experience a lot of things that money can, afford you. But I ain't willing to get played for it. I ain't willing to sell myself for. I ain't down with none of that now. I'm, you know, genuinely, I'd rather just get it myself, so I ain't got to worry about, nobody, you know, mm-mm. But that, nah, cause these, especially with Country Wayne, honey, them girls was just doing what they just, they was really playing themselves for him. I'm like, I don't give a damn. No, sir. You know, you got the money. I would have been spending it and saving it, because he was dishing. He was throwing. I mean, he just giving them the money. I'm like, shit. If anything, honey, use that to your benefit. Get your paper right and move on. Have the same mindset he got, if that's what you about. But darn sure don't be, oh, wait, no, you broke my heart. Child, you knew that boy was going to break your heart when you went into that. Come on now. You knew what you was getting when you went into that. Now, I can't feel sorry for you, and you knew what you was getting into. So, that's how I look at that. I mean, can't nobody, I can't feel, nobody can feel sorry for me if I know that's what I'm getting into. Now, if I don't know that's what I'm getting into, that's something totally different. But if you know, because I'm sorry, anytime it's a man and he's telling you he's not looking for a relationship, or he free, or he ain't claiming you, and he still got our women, women calling him and stuff. All that's going on. Good and darn well that man ain't about to be faithful to you. I mean, to me, I think that's just kind of common sense, but everybody don't think that way, you know. But yes, I do feel like the girl code is almost non-existent, because this, even in watching these videos now, and some of these now, the boy code ain't too strong either. Now, should there be a code? I'm not saying that there should be. What I'm saying is it exists. We all know that there's a male code or man code or whatever. Is it man code? I think it's man code. We all know that it's a man code. So all I'm saying is, why can't women have at least the most decency and courtesy for one another to, you know, not throw each other under the bus over something stupid as, I'm just into your man, and so I want to make you look bad or whatever, or try to put something about you, on Front Street or whatever, because I'm low key wanting your man for myself or whatever. Because to me, that's the only thing it could be. I mean, what else would it be? I don't really understand that, but I just feel like some things it's not your place. You know what I'm saying? If a woman is doing something, put it like this. If I'm with one of my friends, and this is totally fictional, so whoever know anybody that's close to me, this is all fictional. Okay? So if I have a friend and they're out, cheating on their boyfriend or whatever, Am I supposed to go and say, hey, Bob, you know, uh, Becky over here sleeping with such and such, and I just thought you should know. Why is that my place to do that? Why is that my business? I think that is what I mean. Men don't get into stuff like that. Now, if it's their boy, of course they gonna tell. And if it's your girl, of course you should tell. Like if you see their man doing something or whatever. But as far as going and telling your best friend, going to tell her man something or whatever, I think that is kind of like, ain't that kind of messy? Because I don't know no man whose friend has ever come to me and said, hey, let me tell you something about your boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about boy code. Like, or man code. I keep saying boy, I'm sorry. But man code. So why in the world are we, that just goes to the overall big problem is that the black women just have such a hard time getting along and respecting each other and being and celebrating each other and just knowing we are everybody different. We all different. We are all different. Why not celebrate other people's different? Something different about somebody else. Men can see each other out, and it's not. You may get some who are snobby or whatever, or snotty or what. I think it's snobby. You may get some that's snobby or whatever, and they may look, down on a brother, don't have that much or whatever. But I don't even know if that's the case. I think if anything, when black men look at each other, it's more of a long as we both, it's a okay, are you a good guy or a bad guy? Something like that. I think that's it for black men. It's, are you a good guy or you a bad guy? And that's it. But for black women, it's got to be, are you prettier than me? Or is your hair longer than mine? Do you have more money than me? Are you more degreed than me? And that's how everything is kind of, that's what we base everything on. And I think that's just so silly. Like, that is so silly. So to close it out, that's my thing. I think that we do kind of need to start thinking more about, how can we repair some of this foolishness within our community, because black women, without us, that's why the community is falling apart. It's because we're not together mentally. When you got the mother that can't even hold the house together, as far as you cannot pour positive into your offspring or into your situation. If you can't pour positive into that, then it's gonna fall. It's gonna fail. It's not gonna function right. And so this part of us, it's part of our mentality. We gotta fix our mentality. We gotta quit thinking so low level, so low vibrational. Come up out of that. Why are you hating on the next person? Like, I don't understand that. Why hating on that person is supposed to be your inspiration. Anyone that you feel like is doing better than you are, they are supposed to be your inspiration. That's it. Your inspiration. It's nothing else. Why does everything have to? Nobody's in competition with you. Like, I think that's a lot of it. People seem to think that folk are in competition, which ain't nobody competing against you. Most people don't even give a damn what you're doing. Most people don't care what you're doing. And if you are the reason why you're not feeling good about yourself, you have to fix that. You can't expect the other people to fix it. Ain't no reason to being mad, walking around here mad at everybody else because your situation is fucked up because you got it effed up. If you got your situation messed up, why in the world are you looking at everybody else like they the problem? You gotta fix your own situation. Everybody, there's not too many people living that have lived of some age that have not went through some things. It's not too many. And the people that tell you they ain't never went through nothing, I had to question them. I had to wonder about them, unless they are just. Because I think even if you're wealthy, you're going through something. It's probably it's a mental mess, but you're going through something. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're gonna go through stuff. I mean, come on, this is life. What nobody knows. This is hey, we all riding this wave. Don't nobody know what the future holds. You riding a wave, so it's. I mean, you gotta accept the good with the bad, and try to keep it rolling, and quit get so caught up into stupid stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get on over here. I enjoyed talking to y'all. I'll catch you in the next one.